Okay, yeah, we can do that. Did you see DeJounte Murray going to the Hawks?
That's official?
Yeah, that's official.
As of how long ago?
As of yesterday, today, as we are recording, it is what's today? Thursday? Yeah, I believe as of Wednesday, it is it's official.
Yep. Today is June 30th,
Yep.
the legendary birthday of Sam Moran.
It's your brother's birthday right now?
Happy birthday, Sam Moran. Although when you listen to this, it will no longer be your birthday.
Hang on real quick. Hang on. We got to call Sam on his birthday. I mean, we have on the podcast.
Live shout out.
We have to give him a live shout out.
Do you think he answers?
What do you think? Do you think we're going to have to edit any of this? What are the odds?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't think he answers. I do not.
What's up, my man?
Man, what's up, dog? I'm sitting here on a Zoom with your brother recording the podcast right now. He said it was your birthday. Is that true?
He is not lying to you.
Man, well, I'll tell you, from the podcast, we wanted to wish you live a happy birthday.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
What
you excited about your new gig?
Oh, hey, you can't talk about that.
Not yet, not yet,
you can't talk about that yet. We're about to talk about it. You can't talk about that yet.
Edit that out.
No, well, we got to let it ride. We got to let it ride.
What up, Sam?
This is the teaser then.
Yeah,
Teaser.
this is
This is the trailer.
It's fantastic that you're gonna go coach at Arizona. And, I think that's all. Or is it UCLA? It's UCLA. I think that's awesome. Like, Conan's awesome. Obviously, you're now gonna be in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that just happened too. Did you see that, Nate?
Well, I saw a tweet that basically said that we're basically on track for it being two conferences between the Big Ten and the SEC, and they're going to join together, and they're just going to make like one like entity of large colleges. So
yeah.
Well, it's right now.
Inevitable.
UCLA and USC going to the Big Ten, which
That's the craziest thing, dude. That is absolutely that's crazy. It's literally just a completely national conference at that point.
It's going to be like one conglomerate. I think it's going to be happening within 2 years.
Yeah. Golly, man, that's crazy. All right, y'all. Well, hey, what are you doing? You going to dinner or anything? What are you doing for your birthday?
I'm going to be going out to dinner with the parents. So
okay.
Headed that way now. So
all right, man. All right.
And then next week, starts up live periods for high school basketball, and that's what you need to ask. I was talking to a buddy, at least in Tennessee, you have travel ball and you have the 2 live periods in April, and then all of a sudden you still play May, and then all of a sudden you take June off and go to team camp. Well, I haven't seen my guys in 30 days, and in Tennessee it's the dead period. So we had practice. I have 1 kid available for practice this week, and then we're going to go play in a live period event down in downtown Atlanta next week. And I haven't seen my kids in about 5 or 6 weeks. So this ought to go really well. And they're all tired, beat up. But, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm sure they remember the plays from 6 weeks ago.
I'm sure they do, too. I'm sure it's special. I'm sure that's all they've been thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet they draw them up on their board, at night or,
Yeah,
so.
that's probably, with their Madden sticks or something. They draw them up on the video game or something while they're doing that.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, hey, we just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, dog. That's all.
I appreciate it. Well, hopefully I'll see you down at the since you're going to be coaching college ball at Kentucky. Hopefully I'll see you at a live period event coming to a town near you. So
maybe so.
Good, man. All right. See you, Nate. Thank you guys for calling. I appreciate it. That's awesome.
See you, Sam.
Love you.
See you, Nate. Love you too. See you guys.
Yep. Oh, well, there we go. Got it.
Well, breaking news. Asa is going to Kentucky.
Hang on. All right. First, well, hang on. What
up? I got something. Welcome to the Mind of the Coach podcast. We haven't done this forever. Episode what, Asa?
It's episode 70, Nate. Episode 70. Our Devin Booker 70-point game episode. That's what this is.
I was trying to think of some other 70s. And I'm telling you this right now, I can't think of a single one.
I can't either. Not off the top. I really can't. I can't either. There's not one that comes to mind. There's got to be, not basketball.
So if anybody has any 70-point knowledge or 70, whoever wore the number 70, whoever's 70 today or in this week.
Let us know who we were missing, please.
Yeah. We always need help.
Yeah, we do always need help.
Hey, so you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. It's been a while. We haven't done one of these things. You know, we're busy. We're busy, and we are the only resources we have for this podcast. So give us, time to get busy, and it's tough for us to do this every single week. So, but we wanted to, before 4th of July weekend, come up here and talk to everybody and update the people on some things, let them know how the summer's going. But I'm doing good. How's your summer going?
Good. I guess we're about to get into that in a second, but can you believe that somebody got on today to our podcast? They're going to listen to our podcast and be so disappointed that we do not have somebody that is a guest. And you know what I like to say, somebody that is smarter than I. So, I don't know the disappointment from our audience right now, but it's got to be pretty vast.
Yeah. We probably have fallen low on the depth chart when it comes to podcasts. So
yeah.
We're probably falling low. So, but we're back. We're here. We're here right now, and we're excited. It's just us this show. So if you want to go ahead and tune us out, that's fine. We understand. But it's just me and Nate, and we got a couple of things we got to talk about. Yeah,
and look, Ace is already in a different location right now. I don't know if that's a preface to anything that's going to be said later on, but I mean, really cool setup you got right now. Is that the top of? Is that like the Hall of Fame room?
Yeah,
some would say.
Little Hall of Fame room, alumni room, whatever. I'm just 3 stories up from where I normally am, down in the film room. So just 3 stories up. Changed location for today. You're still in your bedroom, right? Or
still in Cleveland, Tennessee. Yep, yeah, absolutely. Still in the guest room. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Casey Alexander. He absolutely loves when we just talk. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him because this is his favorite part of the podcast.
I'm glad all right. Okay. Well, Casey gets what he asked for, so he's going to get a lot of us right now. Oh my God.
I don't know how actually excited he'll be, but we'll continue. We'll continue.
Yeah. Well, all right, dude. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Busy summer for both of us thus far. A couple things just happened. A lot of camps at TSU for myself. Had a humongous All-Star weekend that Penny put together this past weekend that went absolutely amazing. It went great. We had about 3,000, 4,000 people in the gym. Raised a good amount of money on Friday night. Had an awesome fundraiser. And man, it was. I
heard, I didn't hear. I saw a picture of some dapper-looking human being that was in a nice suit, or I guess it was just the jacket. But I mean, he was talking at a microphone. He might even post it on Instagram. Would you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. All the coaches got up and spoke, and I wasn't actually supposed to. And I went up and asked Penny if I could, right? So all the assistant coaches went up and spoke, and I that was me wrapping up all the speeches before the night wasn't coming to a close just yet, but we were kind of getting to the main part, and yeah. I got to go up there and bring it home, and so it was fun. It was fun.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So Russ sent me that picture, and he was like, "And for my next act, every time I wear that, I wore it to a couple games. Yeah. He's like, all right, magician, what are you doing for your next act?"
That's funny.
He sent that to me and said it. But other than that,
yeah. Sorry, I got off topic.
And aside, so just been busy with that all of June. But some things.
I gotta pause you right before you continue to go on. So tell me a little bit about this All-Star weekend. It seemed like it was a really, really well-run event. It looks like you guys did a great job. Coach Collins did a great job. That's weird. I've never called him Coach Collins. I've always called him Coach Benny. Yeah. But there was another Penny, I guess, in the gym. Who were some of these big names that were at the All-Star weekend?
Yo, we had Penny Hardaway playing, and let me pull it up just so I don't miss anybody. We had Jordan Bone, we had Jawan Jennings, we had Josh Malone, we had Josh Phillips, all those NFL players. We had did I say Ian Clark? We had Ian Clark. We had Starlito, Jermaine Shute, Nashville's finest playing in it. We had let me pull up Penny's thing real quick just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. But man, it was a lot of Shaq Mason, who was on the Patriots. I think now he's with the Bucs. Yeah. We had Dante Jones playing, Nashville guy. We had Judge Rachel Bell. She's a judge here in Nashville. Christian Mekawulu plays overseas. Pat Miller played at TSU, plays overseas. So, it was a lot. Jamie Shaw Jr., the Waffle House guy who's from Nashville, he was playing in it.
Did anybody send a video message or?
Yeah. We had a lot of celebrities, shout out and say some things. We actually mashed those up and put them all together and showed a lot of people at the thing. We had John Calipari send us a video. It was pretty cool. He couldn't make the event, but Penny had been talking to him, and he sent us what I thought was a really, really cool video. But man, it was, we put the thing together in 8 weeks. Penny came to us and said he wanted to do it. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was not more than 2 months ago. And dude, they grinded on it. They worked their butt off to get as many people here as they could. Secured the venue. Made sure that we just had everything. We had a bunch of sound stuff going on. We had people setting. It was just it was a lot of moving parts, and to pull it off the way we did and the time we did with the amount of people that came through and supported what Coach Penny had going on, man. It was super cool to be a part of, and I'm glad Penny still let me be a part of it, dude, because it really was. It was awesome. It was an awesome event, and Penny's going to keep doing it. It's going to keep getting bigger. So it was cool to be a part of the first inaugural deserve to win Celebrity All-Star Weekend.
That's awesome. And so you said I got to ask a question. So you said, and we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. I mean, no reason to beat around the bush, but you said that Penny still allowed you to be a part of it. Yeah. Is there a reason that phrase would even be in the works right now? Is there something that's going on in your current life? Are you going to be with TSU next year?
No, I'm not. I got in touch with the coaches up at University of Pikeville back in May. So it's been in the works for a little while. And shout out to Chase Eisman. Chase Eisman got me in touch, a guy that we've had on this podcast, a guy that we've known. Look at that. We had him on the podcast, and a networking thing happened out of it. So anyway, back in May, I actually decided that I was gonna. They offered me a graduate assistant position for this year, and it's a 2-year program for next year. So anyway, I decided that it was time for a new role, and man, it was, it just seemed like a good fit. And we tell our guys all the time, it's more about fit than anything. And so what do I look like, having an opportunity here that I feel like is a good fit? What do I look like passing it up or waiting for something else? And so I went ahead and jumped at it, and I accepted it. And so still been finishing up at TSU here in the month of June. But yeah, man, so that's what I'm doing. I don't have an exact move date yet, but I'll be out of Nashville by the end of July for sure. So by the end of July, and I'll get rolling up there. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. It'll be good for me. It'll be a good spot for me to be in. Grow a little bit as a coach, as a person, get away from what I'm used to. And yeah, man. Yeah, that's what's been going on. I decided that back in May. I wasn't going out of my way to tell people about it, but if somebody asked, I was letting them know. But on Friday, actually, before the whole event weekend, I told all the guys, I had a good talk with them. And so, yeah, man, I mean, obviously my time here has been nothing short of amazing. I got to coach with the people that I looked up to when I was a young kid in Nashville watching basketball players, and, Josh and Penny, and then guys like Coach Walker, Hall of Famer at Creighton, who I got to learn under. And then Coach Russ, a guy who's been doing this thing for 17 years. And I got to, sit next to him every day, no matter how much he stressed me out. And I didn't want to hear anything he had to say. But yeah, man, it really has been nothing short of amazing, dude. It's been the coolest thing. It's been the coolest thing I've ever done. And so Penny's been in the loop the whole time. He's been in support of it. But yeah, man, yeah, that's what's up with me.
Yeah. And I know you're excited about it, but so just elaborate a little bit more about the position that you're accepting or that you're walking into.
Yeah. It's a graduate assistant position. So I'll be able to get my master's. There'll be more responsibilities that I'll be able to have when it comes to recruiting, getting on the road, actually going to the games, seeing players. There will be more responsibility when it comes to scouting. Not that, I'll have my own, but there'll be more responsibility. I'll be able to be involved with the assistant coaches when it comes to that. There's also a JV team that I get to be head coach of. So that'll be kind of cool to exercise some, coaching stuff without the expectations of, really that on a JV team on an NAI level like that. It's more so just about giving those kids a good experience. So that'll be fun to be able to exercise, some coaching stuff in that on that front. So it's just, it's more of a basketball responsibility and more of a role for me to kind of become who I am while being able to learn and put things into action. Man, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll know more obviously as I go along, but Yeah, dude, it's great. I'm going back to school. That's scary. I know that's scary for me. I'm sure for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to call you and ask you for some help on some things, but
you're not going to get much. I'm not the brightest out there either, but hey, so you just listed like a ton of new roles that you're going to have.
Yeah.
What you have to give me one. All right. You can't say this or this or this. What are you most excited about? Pick one of the roles.
I'm excited about having the JV team.
That's what you're most excited about.
Yeah.
Tell me, elaborate.
Just because I get to I get to be the coach of it. It's not like if you go, there's no expectations where you have to win this many games or anything like that. I can, as they've told me, I get to run practice the way I want to, run games the way I want to. And so like for the whole time, right? Like I've just been dying. Like I just want to coach. Like I want to be able to get on the court and coach basketball. And so like that, I'm just excited to be able to exercise that on the court, with the team.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be cool because you can kind of, like we always say, throw things, hope it sticks. And that's what I get to do. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, that's probably what I'm most excited about. What I'm least excited about is the school part. I can tell you that. But I'm gonna get through it.
You're gonna do fine. You're gonna do fine. So tell me a little bit, or everybody else out here that's listening, tell us a little bit more about University of Pikeville.
It is in the middle of nowhere, Eastern Kentucky, basically West Virginia. They've had a really good program. They won a national championship I believe it was 2011, 2012, one of those years. Coach Kelly Wells was the coach then. He is now the athletic director. Coach Ty Compton got hired. He just finished his second year. But they normally have a really good record. They're upward in the higher teens to low 20s, most of the time, fairly consistently. And, everybody that I hear from, they know about the program, they respect the program and what, they were getting a lot of high level players in there for a while. They had it rolling and, but I think that Coach Compton's got a good thing going on too. And I love him. He's a funny dude. He's a cool dude. The assistants as well, Evan and Coach Chris. Man, they've been good to me so far, and it's a respectable program, man. It really is. I've heard about Pikeville for a while. I've just seen their name always pop up, and so it's kind of cool to be going to somewhere like that wasn't real familiar with, but was kind of always aware of, and now I'm kind of in the thick of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell me something. What is going to be the hardest part about leaving TSU?
Just moving and probably not being in Nashville. Just moving and not being. Yeah. It's just been the environment that I've been in for 3 years, and to be honest, being in a different environment is really the thing that I'm worried about the least. I'm cool with that. I can make adjustments. But just Penny's been a brother to me, like I say, since I was real young. These guys have done a lot for me. So just being away from them is that'll be tough, man. Because like I said, I'm not lying when I say it's the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. And I believe you. And I know the way you've talked about it for however long. I know that's true. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. That's about my update so far this summer. What's up with you? What's up with you? What's that shirt you got on?
Oh, a little Copley shirt. So I guess I just put out a statement the other day.
An official statement.
An official statement. Do you like the graphic, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty simple, not too much.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
you can delete this part. But no, so it's been a pretty cool story. Just how everything's worked out in the last, I guess, 3 weeks. I guess now it's running on a month now. But so my wife and I went to Nashville. So Brooke's family is from Akron. And her dad was in town for a convention. And I'm not going to bore you with all the little details, but basically told me that the Copley head coaching job had just came open. Mm-hmm. And that's where my wife went to high school. That's where all of her siblings went to high school. That's where her dad went to high school. That's where her cousins went to high school. I mean, it's just like embedded. It's embedded with very rich tradition in the Bruner family. Yeah. And I always said that if I had the opportunity, I would consider either Copley or BGA because BGA means a whole lot to my family. I was able to play there. We had some success there, but I mean, I remember every single waking moment, everything was BGA from the time I was basically born until I finished and even afterwards. BGA has just been the center of our household. And Copley is, but the really neat thing is Copley is the same way for Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went and met Brooke's dad in Nashville, and he just told me about this opportunity. I was like, okay, well, I'm interested for sure. And so walking through that process, I went ahead and put my name in the hat. And when I put my name in the hat, I got an interview. I did it I had actually in this room, crazy enough. And I was like, man, like I can't get there. Who knows what they're going to think, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And the coolest part is it wasn't like I was trying to leave. I think there's a lot of times that you get stuck in situations where you want that next move. You want to leave. You're unhappy with where you are. You want the next step. And it wasn't really like I had any of that. I was very content with where I was. I was very happy. My wife and I were very happy. We just had Roman 2 months ago. That's anybody that does not have a child. I mean, at least I'm going to speak from my own experience. Is I didn't really understand how much you're really going to love that guy, and it's not like some overwhelming. And we talked about this on an earlier podcast with Tyler, or Coach Holloway, excuse me. We talked about like there's just not this overwhelming like, oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like you look at this kid and you're like, I will die for you. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. You're not doing anything for me, but I will die for you.
Yeah.
And so like the more we just kind of walk through, like, you know, a month of being his dad, it's like you just start having some questions like, do you want to do college basketball forever? It's very time consuming. And, you know, my answer was, yeah, I mean, I really, really like college basketball, you know. I have no problems doing it. I enjoy going to work every day. It doesn't feel like a job. I mean, working for Bubba Smith at Lee and working with my guys at Lee, it was never like I was going to work. It was always like I was going to hang out with people that I really, really loved, and I was going to do some work in the process. But it wasn't like, you know, like 9 to 5, like this is,
Right.
I have to go to work today.
Right.
So, and so going through that, so all of a sudden I get called back for a second interview. I'm actually at Belmont's kids camp. So I'm working Belmont's kids camp. I just finished elite camp at Lipscomb. And so I'm going through that, and all of a sudden it was just like they called me and asked me to come on another interview, and I was like, well, I'm in Nashville. And they said, well, we can do it on Zoom. And I was like, well, when's the interview? Let me get back to you at the end of the day. And so I ended up talking to Coach Holloway and said, hey, I had this opportunity to go interview in Ohio. I might have to leave. And he was like, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
Moose will take your station. It's like, cool. So I got a plane ticket. I called him, let him know that I was going to be there. I got a plane ticket, and that interview, the next one, and the next one, or I guess 2 more. I don't know exactly how many, but I ended up being able to get the position of head men's, or excuse me, I have to change that language, head boys basketball coach at Copley High School, which is really neat. It's like I talked about with the tradition behind it, but they've had a lot of success there. And it's although we will be doing some things differently, just my culture might look a little bit different. Their previous head coach also did a really good job, and the assistant coach has been there for a while, and he's a phenomenal assistant coach, and everybody else on staff. So I'm really excited to get to work with those guys. The guys that are returning, we lost 4 out of 5 seniors, or 4 out of 5 starters, excuse me. And then we lost a handful of guys on the bench too. But I love that, because there's going to be guys that are really hungry to grow and get better, and they know it's not just going to be given. And that's all I want in a program, is just a bunch of guys that are hungry to, 1, want to do the right thing, and 2, let's win some basketball games in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, biggest, and I should have put this at 1, is learn. Like, let's learn and grow together. And I think we'll have that opportunity to do that. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. It'll be an opportunity to move closer to Brooke's family. Roman will have some stability there. So that'll be nice as well.
Dude, oh my gosh, man. How does it feel to now be in the, go, where you're headed? You're about to be a head coach. How does that feel? How does it feel right now?
A lot of feelings. I've had so many feelings over the last couple of weeks since I made this decision, since my wife and I made this decision. The first one is, believe it or not, sadness. I've been very sad that I have to leave my guys at Lee. my head coach, Bubba Smith, he gave me my first opportunity to be an assistant at the college basketball level. And at a prestigious school at Lee University. And my players gave me the opportunity to coach them and coach them hard and love on them well. And that's hard. So there have been plenty of tears. And you know me, I'm a soft, sensitive guy anyways, Asa. There have been plenty of tears. But along with that is there's joy too. There's joy knowing that there's this wonderful opportunity that I get to hopefully make the impact on this next group of guys that I get to coach and coaching staff, and they'll pour into my life as much as I'm going to pour into theirs. And so I'm really excited about that. So there's a wide range of emotions right now.
Yeah.
But now that I'm kind of starting to get past the point, I'll tell you like two quick ones. One, I am getting ornery because we got to get out of this house. So that's a
real thing to worry about, dude.
I know it. So that's one. I mean, we still got stuff sitting behind me, so that's a problem, right? So that's one. But two is like I'm just excited, man. I'm trying to figure out. We're gonna have a parents players meeting soon, and we're gonna have some open gyms, and so I'm excited just to have the guys together and under the same roof and get to talk to them, get to hang out with them, get to learn a little bit more about them, and develop relationships. And so I'm really, really excited about that part. There's no question about it. But yeah, I mean, but I would be careless to say that I am not going to miss Lee, because I am. But with every great opportunity, I'm not about to say great opportunity comes great responsibility, like Batman or something. But no, I just think that you have to be where your feet are. And now that my feet are going to be in Copley, Ohio, I'm going to give everything I can to that program and those kids, and just do the best I can. And who knows? Hopefully that'll result in some wins, but more importantly, I hope it results in some lives that are changed.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited. I know there's a lot going through your mind. I told you, I'm excited. Your voice is going to be heard. But really at a public school, at a place, different. That I'm excited for your voice to be heard there, man. I really am. I think it's going to be awesome. I know you're going to love it. I know you having your family situated is going to be the biggest thing and going to be the biggest stress reliever for you, knowing that your family's okay and they're home and they got a spot where they can be, where their feet are. All right, a couple things real quick. What did you CARE, the CARE acronym that you come up with? Can you explain that real quick and go over that?
So actually, funny enough, so our program's just going to, without giving too much away, to everybody else, but it's going to be, it's pretty basic. It's just care, right? It's just care about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how it's affecting others. And obviously I broke it down into an acronym as well, and that's character, attitude, resiliency, and effort. Mm-hmm. And without diving into too much of that, I don't want to bore everybody. It's just Coach Alexander actually came on the podcast a while back. I believe it was about a year ago now. Mm-hmm. And so he came on and he asked us a question. He said, what's been the biggest, what has been one common denominator with every successful program you've been a part of? And I thought about it for a second and I said care. And since that moment on, I've always thought that whatever I'm a part of, I want to make sure that I'm caring for people really, really well. Mm-hmm. And that does not mean that it's going to look the same for everybody, but like just being there for people, giving an ear to talk to, maybe being loud and obnoxious and joking with people. I can do that. But when somebody's having a tough time, just being there and caring for people. And so I started, like, when I was making my head coaching book, I was like, okay, well, that's going to be the center of my head coaching book it's going to be, my program is going to be a culture of care. And nobody's allowed to take that. I'm patenting it and everything. So you can't steal it, but just having a culture of care. I think I without going into too much detail, it's just, I do find that there's true value. If you're running a drill, right, you can go half speed, but if you really, really care about doing it the right way, if you care about what you're doing, and that's doing it the right way with high character, attitude, resiliency, effort, like you might get knocked down, but you're going to give it maximum effort still. Yep. If you care about, so that's what you're doing, how you're doing it, right, it would be going really hard, right? Yeah. And then how it's affecting others is, what do your teammates think when you're just over there pouting or acting a certain way, not going through the drill hard? You're always, everything you do is affecting somebody else other than yourself. Yeah. That's what we're going to be a part of. That's hopefully what we're going to embody. And I better be the first one to live it, because nobody's going to want to do it if I'm not going to be a servant leader and do it myself.
1,000%. Last question that I got for you real quick. What are you gonna miss most about college, and what are you gonna miss the least about college?
Ooh, amazing question. I'm gonna miss the thing I'm gonna miss most about college is, well, every place is different, but I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Answer to your individual circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the guys.
Yeah, you can substitute college for Lee, obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna really, really miss the guys that I get to coach. That they're all driven to learn. That's not necessarily a college or high school thing, but they all are driven to learn. They all are driven to want to be better. For the most part, predominantly, my guys really, really want to improve, and they want to ask good questions, and they want to learn. And we were getting to that point where we could have vulnerable conversations. And when you can get to that point, then that's when growing begins. And so I'm gonna really miss that I felt like we were just cracking the surface. And I mean, when you're saying just cracking the surface and you've been to the NCAA tournament and won 19 games, I think that's saying something. So like, I really do think that Lee University is going to hang a banner next year. I just do. I have no question about it. I think that we have the right guys in there. I think we just Lee made a heck of a hire as an assistant coach. And I think with Bubba Smith at the helm, you're just going to continue to do great things. So, and that's another thing, is working with him. I mean, he's one of my best friends. Like, we spend so much time together and talk so much. And I look up to him like he's like one of my biggest mentors. So that's going to be somebody that I'm going to miss not being with every single day. What I'm going to miss the least, study hall. Study hall. Yeah. And although we will, if we have some guys struggling, we will still do some sort of that. I will probably not be running it.
Yeah.
Because they would just get so much more work done without me in there.
Right.
If there was somebody that could just because I just want to have conversation. I want to talk to people. I want to be there with people, like get to know people, hang out, listen to their day, all that good stuff. And it's like, study hall, you can't do that. No. And so, yeah, I'm not going to miss study hall at all.
I got you. I thought you were going to say, well, I know traveling is going to be a big one for you, and being away from the family. Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like, that wasn't a deal breaker. I mean, obviously it will look different now. But at the same time, like, I mean, I'm still going to go scout games, still going to work my tail off, I'm still going to do all that fun stuff. So I don't think that's going to change drastically, or it will be a whole lot different, because not every single game will be a bus or a plane away.
Yep.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, that'll be cool. But I mean, I'm not opposed to hard work. So,
it's exciting. Here we go. Nate and I are changing places, but this podcast is not going anywhere. So me and Nate are going different places, but the podcast ain't going anywhere, man. I'm glad we sat down and talked about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And something really cool about your opportunity, Asa, is that you have affected everybody that you've been with at Tennessee State. And although it feels like you're starting over, you get to do the same thing at another place.
Yeah.
And whether that looks like it's 2 years, and you never know, just be where your feet are, continue to do a great job. And I mean, dude, you're going to make it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm excited. And it is. You don't realize how much you care about the kids until you realize you're not going to be able to see them anymore.
Yeah, we think Johnny's like, God, Johnny doesn't do this, Johnny doesn't do that. I mean, he's making some shots, but he's supposed to be doing that, But then it's like, oh, well, he was actually really doing great the whole time. Maybe I should take a step back while I'm in the moment sometimes,
Maybe. Dang, man. All right.
Well, Asa, where can they find you?
You can find myself on Instagram at the Asa Spades with the Z on the end. You can find myself on Twitter at Coach Asa Spades. You can find Nathan on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Nate Moran. You can find Mind of a Coach on Instagram at Mind of a Coach, and you can find us on Twitter at Mind of a Coach Pod. Everybody out there, happy 4th of July weekend. RIP Steve McNair. Happy birthday, America. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Nate, great to talk to you, man. I'm glad we did this. Again, thank y'all. Keep rocking with us. Well, like I said, me and Nate are going places, but the podcast isn't. We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Broncos.